Let's talk for a moment about theme. A while ago in Germany, there was this game put out called Exxtra, E-X-X-T-R-A, and the two X's are there because you roll dice and the dice have X's on them. There was no pretense of theme. It was an abstract game, but it was a very nice press your luck game. Now, recently, it has been remade into Excape. And so now it's got theme. As you can see, it's got people running and screaming for the exit. Eee! Or maybe they're running and screaming for the new version of Portal. I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look and see what they did with the board. So here's the old board. It was a classic, an abstract game with numbers and not much else to it. I kind of like the game show feel of it. And so now they did this new retheming with people running away. So let's see the new board, shall we? Ta-da! That's it. Look, it's the same one with a different font and footprints and an X. But X's are bad, so why are you going there? Anyway. Really? That's it. If you're going to retheme the game, retheme the game. Otherwise, just leave it as the classic abstract that it is and don't put any sort of silly theming on it. Come on, people. Anyway, it's still a pretty good game, and I'll talk about it on this episode of Board Games with Scott. Hi there. Welcome to Board Games with Scott. This is a video series where I briefly explain and review a game, and my goal is to help you decide if it's a game you want to purchase. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about the game Excape, which is a press your luck dice game for 3 to 6 people. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to play. And it's a nice, simple game you could play with kids and adults together. The more people you have, the more interaction you have in the game, but the longer it does take. This is a remake of Rainer Knizia's design Exxtra, but it was been remade by Philosophia Games and will be available in the US by Rio Grande Games, so you should be able to get it at your friendly local game stores or online retailers. The concept of a press your luck game has been around for a while. Can't Stop is a classic press your luck game. Ink and Gold is a newer press your luck game. The many game shows today use press your luck. Deal or No Deal is a press your luck concept. Basic idea, you're given a choice. You have to decide if you're going to take that choice or you're going to take a risk to get more. And that's what this is all about. It's a pretty simple game, so why don't we just get right into it and you can see what's going on. So here's the board for Excape. The goal of the game is to start with your little wooden X pieces here on the footprints, move all the way around the board, and the first one to there escapes and wins. Each player is going to have their own pair of dice. Now these are a little unusual. Both have 1, 2, and 3, but then this die has 4 and 7, and this die has 5 and 6. Then both dice also have the dreaded X. Now, the way you read dice in this game, you roll your pair of dice, and then you set them up as a 2-digit number. So this roll would be 72. And this roll would be 31. So that's how you read your dice in the game. If you roll an X on your first roll, it counts as a 0. So on my first roll, that would be 30. So on your turn, what you're going to do is roll the dice. Read your number, that's a 31, and decide if you're going to keep it or roll again. Now 31 isn't that good. I may decide to roll again. 32. Hooray, I improved. Now, if at any point I roll an X, then bad things happen. I end my turn immediately. In addition, I move back a space for rolling an X. If I manage to roll 2 X's, then I have to move back 2 spaces, which is bad. So, you can re-roll as many times as you want to improve your deal, but if you get an X, you lose your turn and you have to move back for each X that you're on. So from here I move back and I win the game. Hooray! No, you can't move back from start to finish. Anyway, so you're going to roll the dice, you're going to keep it or dump it. Now this is pretty good. This is a 75. That's a pretty good roll. I can put it on any of these spaces that I wish. Now at the start of my next turn, if my dice are still there, I get to move that many spaces. Now I think 75 is good. I'm going to put that on the 4. And so now the next player gets to go, and the next player can choose, all right, well, I'm going to roll, and they get a 42. They say, I'm going to go again. 53, all right. So they say, I'm going to stick with that. I don't want to roll an X. So they may put it down low. Now what they do is whenever someone puts dice on the board, you look above where they put their dice, and anyone that's above them that has the same or lower number is kicked off. So let's say that the white player rolled and managed to get 76. Now the white player has a choice. The white player can either choose to put it up here, hoping to keep the 5, and the only way they get knocked off of it is someone else roll a 76. Or they could put it on the 3, knocking off the red player, so the red player won't go ahead any at all. But in order to do that, they're going to move 2 fewer spaces. Or they could put it on the 0, knocking everyone off the board, but they're not going to get to move it all when the next turn comes around. The other trick is that you can't put your dice where someone else has theirs. So if someone has put the 75 there, I can't put mine on that slot. I have to go above or below. So you get some interesting decisions in the game. If you roll really well, then you got to choose. Do I put it up here and say, you know, I think I'm just going to take the 5? Or do I put it here and say, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to move 3, but I'm going to cost red 4 by doing so? That's the choice. That's the interaction that goes on. Every turn, you've got to look, you've got to decide, am I happy with a 53? Do I roll again? 32 is really awful, and so now we got a 54. Okay, that's pretty good. I could put it there, kick off yellow. I could put it there and not kick off yellow, but probably get 2 points. And that's what you do. One other thing, if you manage to roll doubles, a double 1, double 2, or double 3, you immediately get your pawn ahead 1, 2, or 3 based upon the doubles that you rolled. You can then keep the double 1, which is pretty awful, or you can roll it again. But again, if you roll an X, you're going to go back. So you keep going until someone hits X and wins the game. You have interesting decisions. The doubles always allow a catch-up mechanism. Someone might be way behind, and then they start rolling double 1, double 3, double 2. Or you can keep rolling the dice, hoping to get those doubles. So you've got a bit of a catch-up mechanism to help you feel like you've got a chance, even when you're back here at start. I've seen people just jump, dump, 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 because they kept rolling doubles. So you've got that lucky chance in the game, which makes it a nicely developed game. So that's it for Excape. Maybe if they put some more X's in there, they could call it Extreme. Anyway, what I like about this game is its portability. You know, the board comes apart, so you can just have 4 pieces like this and some dice and movers, and that's really all you need to play the game. You can stick it in a backpack and take it with you and have a nice and attractive pressure luck game. It's too bad about the retheming, because actually I like the classic look as compared to the new X look. I prefer that look of the abstract. So I have them both, so I know which one I can carry with me. But anyway, if you're looking for a nice family game, a pressure luck game, something that's a filler, Excape is something to check out, especially if you don't have other pressure luck games. If you already have other pressure luck games like Can't Stop or Ink and Gold is also very portable, then this is just another pressure luck game. It does have some clever interaction elements that other pressure luck games don't have. But so I like this game. I give it a thumbs up. Yay! Anyway, that's enough. If you want to see more of these videos, you can go over to BoardGamesWithScott.com. And by the way, one way you can help the show is by telling people about it. If you like my show, tell someone about the show. Send them a link. Hi there, new people. Welcome to Board Games with Scott. There's lots more episodes over at BoardGamesWithScott.com. A lot of things going on. But anyway, that's enough of that, and I will talk to you guys next month. Bye-bye. As many of you know, I'm a library scientist and an associate professor at Syracuse University School of Information Studies. Now, I have a game lab there where I study gaming in libraries, and I'm actually teaching a course on that via YouTube for free in June 2009. So every day in the month of June, you can see me doing a video on YouTube. It's about different aspects of games and how they can be integrated in libraries. Now, the primary audience is librarians and library students, but I'd like to have some of you come along as well. Some of you out there who have interest in seeing how you can work with libraries and finding libraries as a place to play. There's going to be a YouTube video each day, and then there's going to be a discussion forum over at a site called ALA Connect, hosted by the American Library Association. And you can participate in those forums as a way to talk with the librarians, to give them ideas, to respond to their comments. I'd really like to see these videos as a point where people from the gaming industry, gamers, and librarians come together to talk about gaming in libraries. This URL right here is the main hub for the course. It's a blog that's going to contain each day pointers to the videos, pointers to the discussion forums, everything you need to know to be able to engage with the course. So come along, let the librarians know what you're up to, participate in the discussion, help to move gaming and libraries forward. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks!